All right, cool. Okay, so basically, one of the biggest things I just want to share with you guys is what is network marketing. So that's what Beachbody's model is. Basically, Beachbody decided when they first got started, they were actually a direct sales. So they were making infomercials, selling P90X, through the computer, through like commercials, but they decided to take the route of network marketing. They could have sold the business to Walmart, Target, or one of those big Kmart and sell DVDs through there. But they decided to do network marketing, which is peer-to-peer support, because they felt that that was the best way to have people share the programs genuinely. So that's when they opened up the coaching opportunity, and they put it in the format of a network marketing. So basically, network marketing has been around for over 50 years. So it is a well-established, proven opportunity for people who want to start a business and they want to run it from home, create additional income, and give them a greater control over their life. So this profession has been around for years and years and years. It is very solid. And the people that came to this event were from all over and doing different forms of network marketing. Basically, it's a great way for people to get started without having to pay millions of dollars to start your own business. We pay $15 a month to be a coach, and we can run this business from wherever, whenever, and we have the greatest opportunity to earn and help and help tons of people. So they talked a lot about, this is in the 45-second presentation. One of the biggest things that I took away from the event is that these women were sharing that you do not have to go out and sponsor the world to be successful in network marketing. A lot of them talked a ton about finding 5 serious people that also want to do this with you, and then teaching those 5 people to go out and help find 5 other people. So people think it's surprising when I say that I've been in this business for 4 years. I probably have only sponsored maybe 50, 55, 60 people. And so a lot of people will say, well, that's not a lot, but that's the amazing thing about this business is that you do, when you get, you look at these top coaches or whatever, and you think that they want and sponsor the world, it's not true. They're finding 5 other serious people that want to do this business with them, and then they teach them how to do this business too. And I don't know about you guys, but that kind of has a light off of my shoulders. So this is kind of the concept that they talked about, is that you sponsor 5 people, and then you teach them to sponsor and help 5 people, and that turns into 25 people on your team. If you teach those 25 people to go out and help 5 serious people that want to do this business with you, then that turns into 125. If those 125 people go out and find 5 serious people, then that turns into 780 people on your team. So you can see how in network marketing and this multi-level marketing in this business, that if you find those 5 serious people, you're going to grow a very serious, large team and community and network. So that was kind of the biggest concept that they kept talking about when they were sharing about their business. Another thing that they talked a lot about is the Sales Man Syndrome. So look, I spelled this wrong. So basically they have this concept that the people who come into this business and they want to be sales, or they want to get rich quick sort of thing, or they want to sell. Those are the people that are not really going to be the long-term successful people. The best people that get into this business are more of like teachers, and actually Carrie's a teacher. And I have a background in teaching. I had nothing to do with health and fitness, elementary teaching, but you want to be more of a teacher in this business. It's not a sprint. It's not a marathon. In the long run, the turtle always wins, or the turtle who's a slow person that just keeps plugging along, that realize that they're going to hear no. They are the ones that are going to build this successful team. So you want to teach and help sponsor to build a successful team. In order to duplicate yourself, you need to be at least 3 levels deep. So when you go out and sponsor a coach, you kind of want to stop, teach them, help them get started right, and then make sure that they get get started with the tools that they need to succeed. So in network marketing, the people who make it big are the ones who are not salespeople. They are teachers. So that's kind of a big concept that I kept getting over and over again. Obviously, the biggest thing that they talk about, and you're not allowed to say what you do, but there's 5 main things that you have to do in order to be successful in anything. And for us, obviously, it is get started. Is the first thing you have to do is get started. And you have to use the programs and the products. People are looking at, they want a solution, they want hope, they want that big picture. And so if you're not showing up and you're not using the programs and the products and doing the workouts and then sharing about it, then they're not going to know that you have the tools to help them succeed with their health and fitness business. So I always say, like, if you're a brand new coach, if you've been a coach for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, the biggest thing that you can do in your business is pick a program from start to finish and share it. And when you finish that one, pick another program and finish it from first to second. I just started Chalene Extreme. I haven't done this program before, and I'm on day 8, and I'm just kind of sharing about it. And I've already gotten a couple messages. How do you like the program? I've never heard of that one before, because you're sharing about it. So if you're doing the 21-day fix or a program and you're not sharing about it, then how is somebody going to know that they can come to you to get it? So that's kind of like stepping outside the comfort zone, sharing about it, what you're doing. And that's when those people are going to know that you are serious, because you're using the programs and the products. So get excited, understand, and relate to others. There's definitely times that we don't want to wake up and work out, or we want to we work 13-hour days and we get home, we have kids and they're tired and they're sick, and then you still have to press play for 30 seconds. But people relate to people that have those struggles, that you're like, listen, I just worked 13-hour days. Like, my kids are sick. I just did dinner and I still have to press play, and you press play, and that person's like, wow, like they just raised their standards for me. I'm going to do that too. So showing up is huge in this profession. Get yourself into first gear, help somebody, teach them, and then, help teach that person how to sponsor somebody. So this is kind of a model, get started. You can, when you start your business, I always compare it to you buying the vehicle, right? Like, you bought the challenge pack, which is like not at all a big investment to start your own business. And you have the tools, you have everything started, but like, you haven't turned on the car yet, right? So turning on the car and the engine is you turning on your workouts and using the programs and the products. Like, if you're not drinking Shakeology on a daily basis, then chances are somebody's going to go out and find a coach that's like more consistent with it. Shift into high gear. So be serious about the programs and the products, and then share with your friends. So this one. Another really important thing, if you guys are in the Dash to Diamond group, or I kind of posted about it in the coach group, is this is a really good book. It's called Go for No. So we are programmed to early on in life not want to hear no. But if you think about a kid, like my son is like, literally, he's 5. He's the most relentless person I've ever met in my entire life. Like, he literally will ask me if he can have like a piece of candy or something like 20 times. I'm not even kidding you. And I'll over and over again, I'll say, no, 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 not now, not now. But then you get to a point, you're like, oh my God, okay, fine. Because he's just so relentless, and he's not afraid to hear no. The only difference between a lot of people in this business is that they are not afraid to hear no. I hear no on a daily basis, like so many times. And oftentimes, it's just because it's not the right time for that person. You have to learn to take when somebody says no to you, to not take it personal at all. It has nothing to do with you. It might not be the right time for that person. If chances are they're going to start to follow you. If you keep showing up, eventually that no is going to turn into yes. But it takes people a little bit of time to see that you're showing up and you're consistent, and you can give them what they need. Probably a majority of like 98, maybe like 85, 90% of my coaches had told me no at least like 5 times before they actually said yes. So Go for No is a huge, it's a really good book for new coaches. The second thing is, a lot of coaches have a sign up date and then a start date. So a sign up date is when you actually sign up to be a coach. And then a start date is when you actually decide to be a coach. So it took me, if you guys can learn from one thing, please learn from me. It took me 3 years to actually have a start date. 3 years. So if you're doing pretty good with like a couple weeks or like a month or even a year, like you guys are killing it and beating me. Do not compare your chapter to another person's chapter. So you cannot compare where somebody is chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 20. Everybody has to go through that journey of getting started, of inviting, of hearing the no's. That's what makes you relatable to other people when you're, starting to build your team. Your energy will attract your tribe, which is so important. Energy is so important. Are you being active or are you being proactive? So there's a big difference. Like you could get on Facebook and trust me guys, like I go through the scroll hole. That's what I call the news feed. The scroll hole for like an hour. And I'm like, oh yeah, I totally just did my power hour. I just totally did it. But that's not being active whatsoever. Being proactive is actually like inviting people behind the scenes, following up. Plant a seed, grow a tree, provide shoes. It's supposed to be shoes for greatness. So basically every time you're inviting somebody, you're just planting a seed. You're planting that seed. Are you interested? They might say no. You're still planting the seeds. Is something leading up to inviting. Share. Okay, so a lot of times we want to share online. So we're sharing. We want to connect online. Gosh, I have so many spelling errors. See, guys, I suck. Okay, so share online, connect online, and then bring it offline. So this is a huge thing. I know it's kind of scary sometimes to talk to people, but like we talk to people on a daily basis. And one of the best things that you can do is actually ask somebody to get on the phone with you or send them, be like, do you think we could catch up quickly on the phone? Do you have a number? Do you have a quick second? When you bring it offline and just talk to somebody really quick about the workouts, it just makes you way more relatable. The coffee shop interview, build. So it's called FORD, FORD, family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. So finding out who they are, what is important to them, what is missing in their life, what is their pain, and people are looking for hope. So if you can figure out what it is, this is probably the biggest one, what it is that's missing in their life, that will really connect you to what maybe like the opportunity for them. So if somebody says to you that they're miserable in their job, ask them further questions. Like, what makes you so miserable about it? Like, why are you so tired? Like, that's what's going to bring up the conversation for these people to find out what it is how you can offer this solution to help them. And then the last slide is follow-ups. Okay, so follow-ups are huge. Most people do not say yes until the 7th follow-up, which is crazy because you would think that even if you followed up with somebody like once or twice, you'd be like, okay, well, I'm done. Usually people say yes on the 7th follow-up. Another term that they like to share is like, if I, would you? So if I sent you a video, would you watch it? Most people will say yes to that. After you sent them the video about what coaching is, or let's say if I had some other coaches share their experience with you, would you listen? Or what did you like? And then once they do, what did you like best about what I shared with you? So these are just different ways to like word things instead of saying like, if you sent them a video, instead of being like, did you like the video? And the person would be like, no. Yeah. Those are like ended. You're like, okay, crap. Now what do I say? Whereas if you said, what do you like best about the video? They have to actually like say something that they liked about the video, So there's just different ways to earn it. Be prepared for objections. It's just a better way for you to share with them. And we have a guide about objections. If somebody asks you about if you're in a multi-level marketing company, be excited about it. Like, be like, yes, of course I am. I actually shared with this guy the other day. He's like, well, I'm really sorry to like kind of put you in that pinhole of being in an MLM. You know, I'm not sure if it's kind of like a sticky thing. And I literally said to him back, yes, I'm in multi-level marketing. It's the most amazing thing ever. I'm a mom with 3 kids. I was on unemployment, and because of multi-level marketing, I've been able to stay home with them. And that's something I would have never been able to do if I was on the same path with my coaching, with my teaching career. And he was literally like, wow, oh, okay. Like, tell me more about it. So be proud of the profession that you're in, because this has been an industry that's been around for 50 years. And then what is it exactly that you're looking for if you don't try? So that's like another question that they think. So these are just some of the main takeaways that I kind of took away. They had another one about social media. I didn't write this on here, but most important social media platform is Facebook. So when people say to you, I don't know anybody, you know, even us, like, I don't know anybody. I started with 200 friends. I literally didn't know anybody. Not one of my friends wanted to do this with me. And so I just took it on Facebook. I mean, there's billions of people on Facebook. So if you're saying to yourself, nobody's, you know, wants to join my challenge group, I don't know anybody, there's literally billions of people on Facebook. Go into moms groups, go into hiking groups, figure out what your niche is, and then find those groups and connect with those people. So like an example of what I kind of crafted for myself is I have a laptop lifestyle, and I get things done with a messy bun. That's kind of like my little slogan. And I went into different groups. I found people. But the main 2 platforms that people use are Facebook and then Instagram. And that's all I got. So I have a lot more on here, obviously, that I shared, but those are kind of my biggest takeaways from going to the event. So, all right. So I'm going to stop share here, and then I'm going to have Carrie share. She went to the new leadership conference, and this was actually specifically for Beachbody coaches. So it's like the top new leaders in Beachbody get an invite to go once a year. I went last year, and then she had the opportunity to go this year. And so she's going to share with you some of her takeaways.
Absolutely. Okay. I need to give a really quick shout out though, because I have a coach who isn't a coach yet on the call, and I'm really, really excited. And girl, you know, I'm about to shout you out. Rachel, I see you on there. If you guys see Rachel Bentley there, she is not even signed up to be a coach yet. And she has already completed most of Coach Basics and got Teamsy and like is going to Super Saturday, and she's a total rock star, and I'm really proud of you, dude. Way to go. Yeah, John, dance about it. So shout out to John, Heath, Julia, Rachel, Lisa, Carrie, Shelby, Shonda, Marie, and other Marie for getting on tonight. I love seeing all your little faces. The team is so cute. All right. Let's go ahead and share the screen. So, yes, I went, and Marie Sardelli, you can feel free to unmute and join in with me if there's anything that you feel like you want to add to this. Can everyone see my screen? Yeah. Okay, so I know we don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm going to go over 2 things that were like the biggest takeaways from me as a coach, and things that I wish I would have been doing from the beginning, because just as Annie said, like everybody kind of has their sign up date, and then people, except for Rachel Bentley, have their start date. Most of us take a while to kind of like get going on everything, and that's okay. But I feel like this would have really, really helped me. So can I just see like show of hands? How many of you guys schedule posts? Like schedule them using Hootsuite, or schedule them using like Facebook something, or okay. So I was scheduling posts when I first started out, and they were just kind of like whatever I could come up with, like anything that I found fit and fun at the beginning. And I really didn't have a marketing plan. I still feel like I haven't fully implemented this, so I don't know that I still have a marketing plan, but this makes so much sense to me. So marketing plan basically means that you are not just posting whatever is cute to you the day that it's cute. Okay, you're not just posting whatever you like when you like it. You actually are posting with intention. So whatever it is that you have coming up, let's say a challenge group. When I started coaching, I was like making this shit up as I went along. I was like, and next week we're doing a challenge group, and I just decided that right now, and who wants to do this with me? And I would tell people about it in messages, but my posts were not driving people to that challenge group. Like my Instagram posts, my Facebook posts, they were just still whatever I found cute the day I found them cute. So what we need to be doing, and this is what they told us, and this is coming from Melanie Mitro. So this is not Carrie Steelman Beachbody. This is Melanie Mitro. Girl knows her shit. So what you could be doing is planning the entire week before an event that all of your posts are geared towards that. So if you have read Jab, Jab, Right Hook by Gary Vee, he talks about this a lot. So let's say you have a challenge group starting with your prep week next Monday. Today is Monday. So we have a week, y'all. So what we would be doing is we would go ahead, and you guys see how it says like marketing plan, look down on the 21st to the 24th in yellow where it says marketing plan, challenge group, jabs. So if my challenge group sneak peek is going to start that next Monday, the whole week before, I'm going to line up 3 to 5 posts a day in my different social media sites, and they are all going to be geared somehow towards the challenge group jabs. Like you are letting people know with a specific call to action that they can join your challenge group. Now, I'm not talking like, welcome to Carrie Steelman Schmidt's challenge group. Like, I hope you join me. Like, no, that's not what I mean at all. So to anyone else, it would look like you're posting what you think is cute when you think it's cute. But you know that every single thing that you are laying down on your wall is specific and intentional and going to drive people to your challenge group. So for example, if you're going to be doing a food post, you would know ahead of time that you're going to have the portion control containers in there. And let's say that you have a super busy day. I'm so excited to start my challenge group because I know this is going to help me stay on track. Better find matches for some of my frickin' socks because I'm starting a challenge group next week, and this is going to be a problem, like with all your different kinds of socks that don't match and are all the wrong size. Anyway, make it intentional. So that's the main thing that I learned. So even if you are not really, let's say you're not running a free group or you're running a challenge group with a bunch of different people, maybe you only have one event a month. Your posts should be driving people, and people looking at them should know that that they're invited. You know, not just that you have this thing going on, but that you want them to participate with you. And I think that's the most fun part about this, is getting to be creative about it. Like, how can you work this in? And if that's something that you struggle with at all, please get with your upline coach, because there are tons of examples of these types of posts that you can find. Melanie Mitro has a really great video called Help Marie. Do you know what her video is called? It's like Planning for Success, I think. Planning for Success by Melanie Mitro on YouTube. It's like an hour long, but it's totally worth the watch. Okay, so that's the first thing. Any questions on that? Maybe a little bit?
Carrie, you should also maybe add about how not only are you scheduling your post, like scheduling when you take a shower and when you have like family time. It's kind of crazy. Like I did that for the whole month. It took about 15 minutes and my phone dings me and it's like 5:30 to 8:30 family time. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, shut your TV off. Like, you have to go to bed. Like, literally, like, I need that, and Carrie needs that in our life. And we're kind of the same. And that keeps us not only scheduling your business, but like scheduling yourself. As crazy as that seems, it really helps me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. So making a schedule that has specific times, and we're going to get into that a little bit here. This is a really, really great, a great document that I will share with all of you. I didn't make it. I don't remember the chick's name who did. This is called Coach Empower Hour. And this is what you would fill out at the beginning of each week. And if you are a new coach, use this. Like, unless you have a system that is blowing your mind and like making your heart full of joy, you need to be using this, because this is incredible. Check it out. So you've got weekly notes and ideas, which I think is really important at some point in time before your week starts. Like, for example, after this call, go through and write down weekly notes, ideas, reminders, things you have going on. We got pages for that. Your monthly goals. So here are top goals for the week, your monthly goals. And I think this is really great, because for most of us who coach and who have been doing this for a couple of years, it doesn't just help your athleticism. It's not just like you get super ripped from doing this. No, like, I am so much more organized, spiritual, in touch with who I am as a person. Hey, check this out. Bet you wish you had this before right now. Team call notes. That's what we're doing right now. So next week, y'all are going to be on top of it. Weekly coach action plan. This is you. So these are the things that you should be doing no matter what level of coaching you are at every single week. Okay, so national wake-up call, team calendar, planning out your week, scheduling any posts, checking in with your sponsor or upline coach, checking in with your challengers, and zeroing out all inbox emails and messages. I am so bad at that. But we need to be doing that. And that's for all of us. I mean, it's not easy no matter what level you're at. Maybe it's easy for Annie. I don't know. Cute hat, Annie, by the way.
Hey.
Team builders and leaders. So these are the people who have gotten a little deeper into the business. You're going to go down. I'm not going to read it to you. Y'all can read. Your week at a glance. I think this is great. Your to-do list, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But here's the cool thing. Check it out. Now, each day has 2 pages. Daily affirmations, the vitals that you need to be doing, your posts that have intention. Yeah. This is where what Marie was talking about, your schedule for the day. And I think what she was referring to was maybe making it in Google Calendar or something like that, where you can show the entire week at a time. I think that that's a lot easier to stay organized when you can see your whole week at a glance. But this is your breakdown day to day, what you're eating. And here we go. Daily check-ins, friend requests, 5 hey girls, challenge group invites, coach invites. Like, I just think this is brilliant. And here's Monday, and then there's going to be Tuesday. So each day is 2 days long, and I think this is freaking cool. I didn't have this.
Is that Ashley Smith?
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know. Can you share that in our coach in the with me
for sure.
In that group?
For sure. So that is kind of the number. That is like the number one thing maybe that I wish I would have started doing sooner. And yes, Marie, I know you told me to do this sooner, but like carving out specific time that was just for coaching and having a checklist in front of me and just checking them off. I really don't feel like during a teaching week that it would be possible for me to do this in an hour. Like, it's just not, that's not my life right now. And so I have to know that and be honest with myself. I have to take that coaching day and I have to slice it up and put it in different places. Like, this little slice is going to go on the window of my car, and I'm going to do these items, these tasks in my car. And this little slice is going to go by my computer at work because I can handle this at my in-between times. And this is going to go in front of the toilet so that when I'm, doing my business, I can do my business, just like break it up however you can, whenever you can, and get it done because it's your job. So you can either like make it really hard on yourself and kind of continue to procrastinate these tasks, or you can make your coaching life a lot easier and just, do your job.
Do it in chunks.
Yeah, chunk it out. Chunk it out if you have to. I mean, if I had like a straight up hour to sit down and do it, I would, but if that's not your life, know that that's not your life and be proactive about it. So instead of getting to the end of the day and being like, I am shocked by the revelation that I did not do my power hour today. Like, don't be shocked. Carve it out. You're in charge. Be the boss.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I've got, man. We've got like,
I
kind of underestimate the amount of time.
No, this is awesome. I mean, I think a lot of times people sit down and they're like, I'm going to do my power hour. But then you get on Facebook and you scroll and there's so much going on that if you have a specific list in front of you, then you can knock out, like, let's say you do it in the morning. Because I'm sure you get up, do your workout power hour. You can knock it off on this list of what you've done. And then when you get on a half hour later or at work, or if you're like, at lunch break, you can do your invites. And then at night, you can do the things that you didn't check off. So.
Oh, I was also going to say, if you are not a paper person, like you do not enjoy having things be paper pencil, I highly recommend the app Notability. It does cost money. It's not a free app, but you can download any PDF like this and you can duplicate it. You can write or type right on it. And that way you could have it on your phone anywhere that you go, labeled by each week. So that's something that has been really helpful, Notability.
Cool. Like that. I think somebody else uses like the Evernote, which is an app too. Yeah. And like you said, Carrie, everybody has a different style. You just have to and you can hear different suggestions, but you have to figure out what works best for you. Right. Some people like pen and paper. Some people are Excel people. Some people like to print this out and put it in a binder. You got to do what works for you.
But have a system.
And have a system. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we can take like one question. Does anyone have a question for either of us?
How do I like not be sharing anymore?
I think you just hit.
What about that? What about the part about like doing what's like not working? Like if something, like for instance, when I first started coaching, like I thought I was the only one that was getting no's, like things like that. And it's not that it's not really working. It's just like you kind of have to become a master of like, okay, I'm going to invite somebody and they're going to say no, like every single time. I rarely have anybody that tells me yes the first time. Like, don't you really feel like that? Like really the first time. So when they brought that up at leadership and went over that and like went over like, if they say no, you can totally figure out how to relate to them and connect with them and really become a part of like why they're saying no and help them. It eventually like leads to a yes. So that was cool about how they brought that up instead of saying, okay, it's not a big deal. I'll just maybe invite you again. How they went over
I think if you hear people that say no, or like they say not right now, just have a system of following up with them later. Mm-hmm. Don't forget about that person. People are not going to defriend you on Facebook. I always think about it as how long did you take to follow your coach? How long did you take to follow their journey? And that's kind of like the same situation. Is this, so just have a system of writing them down, making sure that you're following back up with them. Ask them like, when would be a good time for you? Is it okay if I follow up with you in a month from now? And then write their name down or put it in your Team Z or wherever you track somebody, and then follow up with that person. All right, cool. I think you're having a hard time with the sharing. Oops.
Oh, I found it. It came back.
Oh, cool.
Yay.
Awesome. All right, so we have a live What is Coaching event. This is kind of like the third time that we've done it, but we will post in the coach group the link that you guys can join us. It's really cool. I think it's fun when you go live because it shows people your personality. I know it's kind of scary for some people to go live, but we're all trying to step outside our comfort zone here. So we're excited to do this group. And then, Carrie, will you share that PDF? Somebody wanted you to share it in the Boom Fam.
Yeah, I'm on top of it. Girlfriend, who is that?
Okay.
Sandy?
Yeah.
Sandy, I got you, girl.
Cool. This was great. Thanks so much for sharing. Thank you guys for getting on. And we will see you in the What is Coaching. Good night, guys. Stay warm if you're having the blizzard come to get you. Go fill up your gas tanks. Bye, Jackie.